take that as a yes.
What?
The Ring.
It is a legend now. We all know and we need to agree that Snyder Cut has become nothing less than a legend. Finally, after a fight that lasted almost around 3 years, Zack Snyder's Justice League has been announced to be released on HBO Max in 2021. Welcome back to Bonsai TV, guys. And in today's episode, I'm going to talk about Zack Snyder's Justice League, a legend in the making. Let's start with the Justice League which we actually saw in the theaters, or the one which we could have got in 2017. We all know how badly fucked up the production of Justice League was. How during the shooting of Justice League, Zack Snyder's personal tragedy was used as an excuse to tell the fans that he himself had stepped down as the director of the film. After which, Avengers director Joss Whedon was brought in to reshoot the film. And what we fans got and saw in the theaters was a butchered version of Justice League. So why exactly was Zack Snyder fired during the production of the film? Why was Joss Whedon brought in to reshoot Justice League? Let's turn back our clocks to 2013. It was 2013 and Man of Steel had just released. In 2013, after Zack Snyder directed Man of Steel, a lot of people were not very happy with the way Snyder depicted Superman. For a lot of people, Man of Steel's dark and mature tone wasn't an ideal thing for an iconic character like Superman. Well, that's another thing how Man of Steel over the years has become a cult now. So, after a response what they were not expecting from Man of Steel, WB asked Zack Snyder and screenwriter Chris Terrio to make a live action DC universe with Batman and Superman in it. July 2013 it was when this happened.
I want you to remember my hand at your throat. I want you to remember the one man who beat you.
Whoa! What? What? What?
And Zack Snyder announced Batman vs Superman Dawn of Justice. Zack Snyder was naturally very excited about it. After all, he was going to bring world's two biggest pop culture icons on screen together for the first time ever, Batman and Superman. So in August 2013, Ben Affleck was cast as as Batman. Gal Gadot was announced as Wonder Woman. Jeremy Irons was Alfred and Jesse Eisenberg was Lex Luthor. Zack Snyder, David S. Goyer and Chris Terrio started writing Batman vs Superman Dawn of Justice. Zack Snyder had huge plans, saying merely that he was planning Justice League along with Batman vs Superman would be kind of an understatement. There were huge plans for both Batman vs Superman and Justice League. Everything was going great. Batman vs Superman was being made at that time, and at the same time, a large DC universe was being mapped out and planned out by Zack Snyder with Justice League. In fact, Zack Snyder himself once admitted that he had the whole DC universe he was planning mapped out on a whiteboard in his office. Those were the best days for DC fans, for Snyder fans. In March 2016, Batman vs Superman released, and what nobody was expecting, that happened. BVS was critically panned. Now, regardless of what I feel for BVS or what I think about the film, yes, Batman vs Superman was not liked by a lot of people. Critics trashed the movie left, right, and center. It was pretty obvious how much WB had invested in this film. They had invested too much into Batman vs Superman and were hoping that it would tear apart the box office, but the film could not live up to the dreams WB had for it. Now, after Batman vs Superman released in March 2016, Marvel Civil War was released in May 2016. Both the movies dealt with the same topics. Both had two hugely popular superheroes going to battle with each other, but Civil War was loved by critics. It was adored by critics and fans as well, and it blew apart the box office. While on one hand Batman vs Superman dealt with huge philosophical and deeper ideas when Batman and Superman were fighting each other, Civil War on the other side kinda took the same ideas and the battle between Captain America and Tony Stark and treated them as a joke. It was after Batman vs Superman's commercial disappointment, WB started to panic and they started to think over their plans for DC Universe that Zack Snyder was building. And this is where the whole fuck up started to happen with Zack Snyder and his Justice League. WB started to pressurize Zack to make his Justice League more lighter and funnier in tone. After BVS released in March 2016, literally the shooting of Justice League was about to start next month in April 2016. At the same time, this guy, this guy whose name is Jeff Johns, who was DC's creative chief officer, openly, literally openly in public started to discuss that they were moving towards a more lighter and funnier tone with Justice League. Jeff Johns gave interviews in public saying how different Justice League was going to be from BVS overall and tone wise. They had already started moving towards Marvel's formula of funny, light, and more brighter films. Here in April 2016, Zack Snyder started shooting his Justice League with his dream cast, and there Jeff Johns and John Berg were made the head of DC Films, which had just become a subsidiary under WB. So the story is moving forward now, how Justice League was going to be messed up and butchered. Jeff Johns and Chris Terrio started to have clashes and arguments over Justice League script. Jeff Johns, of course, wanted to make huge changes to what Zack Snyder had planned and what Chris Terrio had written. And then there was this. I quote now. I remember hearing that Jeff Johns rewrote so much of Justice League when Zack Snyder was still directing that Chris Terrio would complain. Maybe you would try using some of my pages. This was reported by Kyle Buchanan, who was a senior editor at Vulture. That was the level of changes Jeff Johns was trying to make changes to Justice League script. Now WB also was scared and desperate. They held a writers' summit which had Ellen Heinberg, Seth Smith, Andrea Baroloff and Joss Whedon so that they would suggest some changes to the script of Justice League. All this was happening while Zack Snyder was still shooting the film. He was still shooting his Justice League. March 2017 came. It was March 2017 and Zack Snyder lost his daughter. At the same time, WB fired Zack, and it was announced in the media that he had stepped down as the director of the film because of this reason. Was it really so? Alright, if it was so, then why did WB bring Joss Whedon to reshoot 95% of what Zack Snyder had already filmed? Why wasn't the release of the film postponed? Let's find out, guys. In May 2017, Joss Whedon was brought in to reshoot Justice League after Zack Snyder left. Joss Whedon had previously been approached by WB for suggestions to make to Justice League script, and he had also been approached by WB for a Batgirl movie. Yes, guys, you heard me right. Joss Whedon had been previously approached by WB for a Batgirl movie. He had previously made films like Avengers in 2012 and Avengers Age of Ultron in 2015. Both the films had brought Marvel immense success, and WB thought that the same would happen to Justice League. WB thought that Joss Whedon would bring them the same success with Justice League by reshooting 95% of a film within 2 months of time. Reshooting 95% of a film within 2 months? Are you kidding me? It cost WB almost an additional budget of around $300 million. Now, what were these reshoots? Justice League was reshot to be made funnier, more light-hearted in tone. It was made more brighter in tone. And the story was cut down. It was cut down, it was trimmed down, or well, like I had been saying, it was butchered down to be a simple story by removing almost all the subplots or remaining threads from whatever Zack Snyder had made previously or he had planned for the further films. Justice League released in November 2017, and with its release, WB lost almost around $60 million because it was a disaster at the box office. Nobody, literally nobody was happy with what they saw. Neither the critics and fans, obviously outraged at what had been done to Zack Snyder's vision. The film was called an abomination of a film which had destroyed many fans' childhood dream of watching Justice League on the screen for the first time ever in their lives. The Justice League, which released in theaters in November 2017, had nothing, I repeat, nothing what Zack Snyder had planned. It was cringy, unnecessary humor had been added to it. There were crass jokes in it. And who can forget Henry Cavill's CGI mustache? This Justice League had failed WB. It had failed the fans. But most importantly, it had failed Zack Snyder.